How's it going, everybody? It's pmdre back with another video. So I got a question from one of my followers on Instagram. He said, Dre, I'm putting on some quality size. I'm doing compounds, but for some reason, my arms just won't grow. I'm like, all right, you know what? This is a great question for a lot of my hard gainers. And you know what? I got some pretty decent arm development, so let's talk about it. So the first thing I want to mention, you're gonna have to throw in some isolation and accessory work. I'm a big supporter of compound lifts, and you should continue to do compound lifts, but sometimes your muscles can just use just that extra kick, some further stimulation as far as accelerating some growth. So make sure that you throw in some isolations. In the sense of doing these accessories, please make sure that you do not do them in the beginning of your workouts. Please do them after. For example, if you're doing a push day, do your chest, do your shoulders, and then save your arms to the end, please. Second thing, the exercises you choose, you want to be able to maximize the amount of weight you actually lift. So what do I mean by this? Go for exercises that allow you to use a barbell. Again, where the weight is evenly distributed on both sides. For example, close grip bench press, barbell curl, skull crushers, over the head extensions with a barbell or an easy curl bar. It's up to you. Use these exercises. And why? Because it maximizes the amount of weight you can use. You cannot match this weight by using dumbbells. It is a completely different ball game. Another thing is, you want to use these particular types of exercise where you're using free weights. Machines are okay, but it won't give you the opportunity to really force those stabilizers to actually jump into play. And as far as the unilaterals, like I said, you won't be able to maximize the amount of weight you could actually use. The third thing, progressive overload. I preach it, I preach it, I preach it. When I do arms, before, I used to just do it to just get that pump. Like, I just lift up whatever was around. I'm like, yeah, need to build up these arms, bro. But you know what? It doesn't necessarily work like that. You got to have a plan. You got to focus on getting stronger, whichever exercise that you're doing. So if you're doing the barbell curl, let's say you're doing 60 pounds. If you did 60 pounds for 12 reps this week, try next week doing 65 for 12 reps. And then continuously overload over time. You will reach that point where, you know what, you're going to have to stop. You're going to reach that peak. But you know what? The focus is on getting stronger each and every workout. Even if it takes 2-3 weeks to actually move up in weight, that is fine. But you want to make sure you're progressively getting better in your workouts. This will make sure, because if you're getting stronger, there's a good chance you're putting on more muscle. So please do that. And then the next point that I want to mention, frequency. So as far as frequency and your decisions, so I did every day was arms day for 2 weeks. And what happened? My arms looked like they had a 24/7 pump, right? And again, I grew, like I made significant gains. But let's be honest here. That is not normal, or not. The average person can't achieve doing arms every single day. So you want to make sure you get in some frequency. So here's another example. Let's say, for example, you're doing a push-pull routine. So let's say you're doing push-pull legs. So you're training 3 days a week. So you can either A, on your push day, get some arm work in. So you're going to be doing your tris. And then on that pull day, you're going to be doing your bis and you're hitting up those forearms. And then on your leg day, you hit up your bis and your tris. So then technically, you're hitting your arms directly 3 times a week. What does this do? By continuously doing this, is kind of just creating that environment for your body like, hey, I'm putting the stress, constant stress on these arms because I want them to grow. And your body's going to have to adapt to this particular type of training. So over the period of a week, how much sets should I be doing, Dre? So as far as total sets we're talking about directly your arms. So we're not counting the compounds that you're doing. I would say about 10 sets. Yes, you heard it. 10 total sets for those arms. And if you're doing a push-pull legs 3 days a week, make sure you space it out. You don't have to do it back to back. Space it out over the entire week. Get in those 10 extra sets for your arms. You can divvy this up by hitting different areas of your arm, right? Like what I mentioned, push, tries. Pull, buys, forearms. On leg day, do both. And that'll make sure you're doing everything evenly. And by doing this, you also will, I guarantee you'll notice that especially your compound lifts will actually get a lot better. Because again, this strength overall, by building on that component, you will build muscle. And for my next tip, you know what? I gave you guys a lot of tips. Try that out. If it doesn't work or you're still struggling, I will do another video. So you know what we do. Hardgainers! Salute! Peace.